Right. Hello.
Professional.
It is currently about 10 o'clock at night. Uh, is it already 12? Oh, shit. Yeah, it is almost 11. Holy crap. What were we doing for the last 2 hours? Knocking over a freaking piece of metal fan. That's what. So, this is going to be a thing that we're going to be doing. Oh shit.
Just about knock over a bunch of shit in your room.
Almost. But this is a thing we're doing, and if you don't know this game, this is Snow, made by Poppermost. They're great. I think they're called Poppermost. I might be wrong, but they're good. They're great. They're people, of course. They're not aliens from Mars. They are.
They are from Mars.
Are you on the server page?
Yeah. I sent you the server name on Skype.
Oh, did you? Oh.
It's Caitlin, I think is what it's called.
Caitlin.
I joined. There was only about 6 people here. So.
Yeah, it says that on my screen too. All right. Well, this is Snow. It's a game about skiing. It's a pretty chill game unless you go insane. I'm choosing to take the music out of this because of the fact that it could be copyright. I'm not sure.
And it's slightly annoying.
Yeah, and it's also kind of annoying because it loops a lot and you get more music, but that's neither here nor there. So we're just gonna enjoy some stuff while talking. Basically, this is really all it's gonna be about. We just kind of talk.
About random shit.
Yeah, whatever comes to mind, really.
Yeah.
Continuous stream of thought for about an hour or so. We'll cut it up maybe into episodes, or maybe we'll just post it like raw.
And see what happens.
My voice just cracked. So if we should introduce ourselves, I'm Jesse.
I'm Carter.
Yeah, I go by.
Weird.
If you want to know, yes, I go by Jesse Jägermeister on the Yub, not on the YubTubs, but
Tubs.
on the Steams, yes. On the Steams, I go by yes, Jesse Jägermeister. I almost said Jesse because that's what I used to call myself for a while. Yes.
And I go by Chubby Buddy on Steam.
As you can see in front of me.
Yes. Oh, you spawned on me?
Chubby_buddy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Mine is
Look us up, I guess.
XS Jesse Meme Lord XX. 420 Blaze at Yellow Doritos. You know what? Actually, I want to bring up a statement. Why is that the staple food out of all things? Why is it? Yeah, why is it Doritos?
You know, I've actually been wondering that question as well. Like, I don't know, like the first time I heard it, I was watching some Call of Duty trolling video, which I don't tend to watch very often, but I don't know, I just thought it'd be funny to see some kid get angry at some other dude. He's an asshole. But that's when I first heard it. He said something funny or whatever, and all of a sudden, horn thing or whatever, and Doritos and Mountain Dew flying across the screen. That's when I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know when I exactly got introduced to that, but I've always wondered, like, why Doritos? Like, out of all the chips, Doritos is probably my second to last choice, because there's like quite a selection of chips that I feel that are better than Doritos.
Yeah.
Like Pringles. Except Pringles don't sound extreme enough. I think it's because of the fact that it just sounds...
It kind of has like an extreme kind of name to it.
Yeah, and like the logo's like all like edgy and stuff. And it's like, oh, Doritos.
Yeah. Buy some Doritos and get all the fucking bitches.
I can understand Mountain Dew. They kind of like stapled it as like their gaming drink kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was back then. Back in sometime after 2012.
Mhm.
Wait, was it 2012?
A long time ago.
So I have to think. No. 2008 was when Obama got elected, right?
Yes. Are you saying Obama's the cause for all these problems?
No, 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 no. It's just there was a certain point in my life when I started realizing that Mountain Dew was getting like really into like gaming stuff.
Hmm.
Um, shoot, possibly 2010.
And maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I remember because I lived in Missouri and I won a ring toss, and I got a full 2 liter bottle of Mountain Dew, and I drank it all in one night, which was not a good idea.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Okay, I can barely handle like a can of regular Mountain Dew. For some reason, it just messes me up.
Yeah,
Messes up my guts for some.
Mountain Dew and Doritos probably not the best thing for you to drink.
No, unless you're planning on like staying up for like
Well, what am I?
24 hours
Now I
sitting
feel
on the
like a
shitter or something.
now I feel like a hypocrite because I have like a can of Monster right next to me. It's keeping me up. It's 12 at night, so hey,
So you're a monster drinker then?
no, I'm not. I'm very
Oh.
not a Monster drinker. It's
Yeah,
just
I gave Monster a try and it just
doesn't taste
no.
good. Tastes like the one I have right now tastes like Red Bull, and I don't like Red Bull anymore. And this is where I reset for drop point.
I've never had Red Bull, but I tried Monster. I tried the regular. It was all right. It was like one of those things where I take a sip from, put it back in the fridge, and then come back to it later when
Yeah,
you know,
it's not a down to drink thing.
it's not like a whole one sitting thing where whatever, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
Definitely not my favorite though.
yeah.
Excuse me.
I used to be a Red Bull fanatic when I lived in the Utah, but I dropped it like after I left because there was this one point where like uh I got like Red Bull and then I went to a breakfast with my family and the restaurant offered Red Bull. And they're like, you shouldn't drink that. I was like, whatever. And then I drank it and I immediately regret the entire day because I was just like jittering like crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, nope. So I
Nope,
so
not doing that shit again.
so I dropped it and just I've rarely come to like okay, well I have semi come back to energy drinks. I've only taken energy shots
Mm.
because they're not full. They're not like full of caffeine and stuff.
Well, yeah. They're not full of caffeine.
Good ones are. Most of them could be, but it's best not to have ones with caffeine because caffeine can actually backfire on you.
Yeah.
You know, like
You exhausted.
our friend was talking about him going through caffeine withdrawals
Oh,
because he stopped drinking coffee for a while. I was like, yep, that's what happens.
that's
It's
what
also
happens.
why don't drink coffee.
Yeah. I
Rude.
like coffee. Coffee's good. It's like one of those things that I don't drink every single day. It's kind of like one of those on and off kind of things.
I like
But
the taste of coffee,
I have it
which
occasionally.
I like the taste, but I don't like the effects. So I tend to get that Sprouts uh Piro stuff.
Mm.
It doesn't taste exactly like coffee. Oh my gosh. It doesn't taste exactly like coffee, but it's pretty close. So it actually like feels good to drink once
Oh
in a
yeah.
while. Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
It's made with like barley and stuff, so go
Barley.
figure, I guess. I don't know, go figure is the right statement to use there. I guess go figure it out for yourself, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, been off on a
Yeah.
side tangent. So yeah, this is a thing that we're gonna be doing. Uh, we might not just podcast snow all the time. Oh, it's not really podcast. It's more just like a pre-recorded stuff that we do. But
Yeah.
definitely,
Something we definitely want to do. Like
yeah,
not just off snow, but we'll play other games. Don't
yeah.
know what games yet.
It just depends on how much my computer can handle. On a related note, let's talk about computer parts because that's everybody's favorite subject.
Oh hell yeah! I'm technologically inept, so it's gonna be hilarious. Not
Yeah.
really.
So he's got some kinds of stuff in his computer, and I got a bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't have bought on second thought. Second hand thought. It definitely was a second hand thought. But yeah, so the entire like battle over like whether AMD or Nvidia is better for graphics card.
And I went all Fedora on you.
Oh yes, you did. He has an Nvidia, I have an AMD. But besides graphics cards, let's talk about Intel versus AMD in terms of CPU.
Well, you're the computer person, so I don't know if I can really put anything in on this conversation.
Well, you most certainly have an Intel. So and so far I've heard that your computer runs almost every game flawlessly.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I can run almost any game on ultra graph. Okay, I'm sorry,
It's
but
alright, but ultra yeah.
yeah, I don't know what I have in my computer. I'd have to grab a piece of paper and write down all the shit I got in here, because fuck if I know.
So let's talk about
Honestly,
the ups and downs of Intel and AMD.
MD.
AMD cost effective is not the word. Not as costly, but it's still what you're paying for. In terms of, well, for graphics cards, it's not the same-ish. Because you can get a really powerful graphics card for a very cheap price that can compare to a moderately good NVIDIA.
Mhm.
Whereas for CPU goes, you could get a very low-priced CPU from AMD, and almost, I gotta say, I don't know what, but I don't know if it's just mine, because apparently the reviews online say it's great as long as your computer's powerful. And I said, okay, sure. So I have a moderately all-correct computer. I got 16 gigabytes of RAM. I got the RAM from like the people who say you can overclock it really well. I've overclocked my graphics card to like a good amount using Afterburner and everything. I've semi-overclocked my CPU. I think I should overclock it more. It kind of helped a lot. But the
Mhm.
basic consensus is that it didn't really do anything to me.
Yeah.
It kind of raised the frame rates a little bit, but other than that, it's just
Yeah.
so my review on it would be like it's not that great due to the fact that like I'm assuming that like the people who bought it got like the commercial graphics cards that were like small and like didn't have to like have all this power and stuff and like run games like yours because you got like a commercial one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I got mine and I was supposed to be running my graphics card on a PCI port, Express 3.0. I'm running on a 2.0, and people say it doesn't matter, but I think it does matter because it's not. It's definitely bottlenecking my entire system.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll ever actually upgrade it. I might just stay like that. I don't know. Maybe if I get enough money, I guess,
Yeah.
then it'd be fine. But yeah, I could use. I work at McDonald's, by the way. It sucks. It very sucks. Anybody who's like, well, I guess working at McDonald's is that bad. If you work there, at first it seems like a good job. Like, what's the problem? After a while, you realize that it's a bad job.
Sped.
It's bad. I want to work at somewhere else. I've been applying to GameStop. I've been applying at Burger King because they have. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. I'll talk about jobs later. But yeah, so I need an Intel stuff and like the motherboard, new motherboard and everything, and yeah, something that just won't bottleneck my system. All right, well now let's
Yeah.
talk about jarbs.
Yeah, I actually have a little something on the topic of McDonald's.
What-
Kind of. Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't tell this conversation. My friend would probably get pissed off at me. So, Basically, I will keep his or her name, well, his name, um,
Just
not
call him Johnny Two Butts.
Johnny Two Butts. All right, Johnny Two Butts. Really, Johnny Two Butts? Okay. No, you
Yes,
just won't have a name for him. We'll call him Quack. I don't care. Uh,
Charlie.
really?
A good unisex name.
Well, if okay. Anyways,
It's worth
he basically worked at McDonald's for almost maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I don't really know. Um, but yeah, the whole thing on how employees there are treated like shit and whatever. Like, you know, that whole thing.
Hmm.
You work there. Um,
Oh yes.
yeah. Basically, flipping. I don't know where I'm going with this. I completely lost track, so I'm focusing on trying not to crash. Uh, fuck. Yeah, I completely forgot the whole fucking story you told me, but anyways, I can't remember it to save my goddamn life. It was something about him getting, uh, he was doing, something like cooking burgers or something or whatever. I don't know what he was doing. And, basically was told by the boss he was doing it wrong or whatever. Basically shoved him out of the way and, uh, started working the, uh, fryer and whatever and shit. And after he had done basically just exactly what he had told him, all that shit, uh, began, you know, doing what he was told, all that shit, uh, cooking burgers as he was supposed to, and ended up getting yelled at again for doing it wrong. And the boss did exactly what he did, only in a, yeah, but whatever. I can't remember this
Yeah,
damn story.
it's pretty dumb. Like, there's always something that'll make you hate it. Like, I don't know why. I think McDonald's is a job not to be kept for a long time. Unless you're pretty much over the age of 20. Because, like, as soon as you mark that part-time, or you tell them I'm doing this part-time, oh my gosh. It's pretty bad. They basically treat you like you are trash, is what I'm saying. It might seem good at first because they're like teaching you everything, but after a while it just kind of gets boring. And it not only boring that people just don't want you there. They have limits for like work hours, like who can work this much, like every employee in the day can only work this many hours, like total, like collective. So if there's like too many employees there and they send people home, it means that like basically you're not gonna get paid as much this week. Yeah, I'm already looking. I'm already looking at like how many hours I've like collected this week, and it's probably not gonna be a pretty paycheck.
Yeah.
And I've already tried talking to them about getting more hours, and they say no. So go figure, I guess. So getting a new job. That's that.
We should probably discuss a little bit about the game.
Oh yeah,
Since,
the
no, we're playing it, and
it's snow.
we haven't talked anything about it.
So
Like updates, plans for the game, like as
um,
far as we know.
as far as I'm sure, it's an open beta. I think they called it. I wanted to call it.
I don't know if it's beta. I think it might be beta or alpha is what it's in.
Last time I checked, it was beta. They said it was
Yeah.
open beta.
Yeah.
So they're planning on. Right now it's
Adding.
just skiing. They're
Yeah, right
planning.
now it's just skiing, and they're planning later on to add snowboarding and possibly snowboarding or not or yeah, snowboarding
And
and
possibly snowboarding.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus on skiing, which I probably shouldn't be doing in this game. Basically, they're planning on adding snowmobiles. That's
Yeah.
a possibility. I'm not
Not exactly sure how
they're
that's
not
gonna work.
100% sure on what if that's what they want to do.
Well, wait.
But yeah, it's a free-to-play game. There's not much of a catch with this game, which is surprising with most indie free-to-play games. They do have a store where you can buy sort of the in-game currency, because at the moment they don't have a way of earning that currency just yet. So the only way to get it is through purchasing it with real money, which I personally don't have a problem with because I want to support these guys, and I might throw a few like bucks at this game. Some cool stuff. And pretty much all you can buy with that is a bunch of aesthetic stuff like coats for your ski pants or goggles or whatever.
Yeah.
Skiing game, so there's not really any boosts you can get like.
As you can see, I've already invested money into this game.
Yeah. And at the current moment, they don't have any way of earning that money
Must have stuck in
as
a
of yet.
bank.
But they will be adding as you level up. You'll earn a certain amount of credits or whatever they're gonna call it. And
I think that's what they said they were doing. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to check that Steam post and accurately describe what the hell is going on.
yeah, we're not very prepared for this, are we?
No, but then again, that's the authenticity of it. It's just whatever.
Fun of it.
Just fun. Just doing whatever for whatever's sake.
But yeah, some cons with the game. Invisible walls.
Yeah, invisible spawn. There's invisible walls at spawn points which make you crash very easily. Unlocked cameras. So, like I demonstrated earlier, I went through the world and looked at my guy and everything. I think that's for the value of just like look at me and kind of modeling your guy as he's going around, but still it's kind of disorienting and ow. Probably should have done something there. Yeah, but that's really all. You explore the mountain of
Celia, I think it was.
something. It's
Very confusing name.
It's covered in snow, but apparently there's resorts here with pools and stuff. So, I guess it's not always snow.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this place is. Like, if it's an actual place in the world, or
Why
if
do
it's
I
just
talk consistently on that point? Yeah, it's odd. Probably.
weird. But yeah, it's a fun as hell game. Not a lot of content in it as of right now. There are some challenges you could do. You go around on a parks or whatever and ski jumps and shit and do as many tricks as you can, and
Oh, okay,
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I would recommend it to people to try it out. I mean,
And I'd highly recommend supporting these guys because I could see this becoming a really, really cool game. I don't know. All up to you though.
I found this extremely chill.
It's a fun game if you just want to chill out or
Yeah.
let's just talk with friends. Which is kind of
We've actually played this game a lot before. We were actually this idea of doing this kind of gaming while talking thing over it. I know it's been done before, whatever, but
We're not here to be unique.
yeah, this is the
wanna have
most
fun.
mundane. So if you enjoy the personality, thank you. Hello there.
Hi there.
Can you leave?
First episode's always the most awkward episode. But yeah. Oh shit. So, any topics you want to touch on?
Wow. Would you ask me to go on a topic? Oh, wait. Let's keep discussing McDonald's
McDonald's.
and how much I hate working at McDonald's.
I don't know if that's probably a good idea, but sure.
People are nice there. Your coworkers the best thing ever. You'll make awesome friends with them. I just can't with the employment rates there. It's definitely an in-between job.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking of checking out GameStop, see if they're hiring anybody, because
Yeah,
I need a job.
if anybody's like young and wants to know how to get a job, there are two seasons in which you should put in your application for, and that is spring and fall. Those are the optimal hiring things for like younger children. I don't know about older people and their jobs because I'm not that old. But yeah, that's the general consensus is just try for spring or for fall.
Yeah,
They hire all their workers then, and yeah, but
good time for hire.
yep.
Yeah. So, I actually forgot to like put up some freaking music while I'm playing this,
Could do
which,
that. Yeah, I can't put any music in because I get copyright strike.
yeah, that's why I'm
Actually,
happy you're the one that's recording, not me.
yeah. I'm glad your mic isn't fidelity isn't high
Mm,
because mine can pick up a lot of stuff while yours can pick up like only your voice usually.
yeah. Plus, it's like 12 o'clock at night. Pretty much everyone's asleep right now, so
Yeah,
it's
like
not gonna pick up anything.
I was testing the record before we started this, and like all the records, I could like hear my mouse and like keyboard being pressed because they're loud. Like, would you stop it? I was just wondering.
What just happened?
What? Get out of here!
Okay, now when you
Sorry, my brother keeps popping in my. Get away! He
Professional.
is getting more annoying by the second.
Oh, amazing.
You can't tell I treat my room like my private sanctuary where I retreat to when I just don't want to do anything. So let's talk about foreign foods because
Foreign foods? Because you just went, or planning on going?
yeah. So there's a food place in my vicinity. I'm not gonna name it because people might find me there because I'm pretty sure it's unique. But they sell foreign foods. The guy exports them or imports them from like other countries. I think he just uses Amazon, but whatever. To each their own, I guess. But basically, he just sells like stuff by request. If you don't come and pick it up, then he'll just sell it to the next person, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So recently, my mother, bless her soul, went over there to go check out for me if they had this one soda because I was busy. And they do. It's called Iron Brew. I'm pretty sure a good portion of Polaris fan YouTubers know it as the drink. Jesse Cox went insane over with the Boost bar. I'm actually gonna go check if they have Boost because I need some other alternative energy stuff. It says Red Bull chocolate, so that puts me off a little bit on it. But whatever. I enjoy foreign foods. They're great.
Yeah.
I don't think Pocky.
I still have to check out,
I think Pocky counts as a foreign food though. It's pretty American now.
oh yeah?
Yeah, it's you can just find it like Eddie International section at like your local Kroger.
Kruger.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kroger / Smith / Super King Super / I don't know what they call it.
Magical land of foreign food.
Magical land of food. Yeah, I know Kroger has a lot of names, and I'm hoping no one can find me by what I just called them all.
What does it really matter? There's like several millions, hundreds, thousands, I don't know.
Well, they're usually like state like names. So like Utah's is like Smiths, and Colorado's like King Supers.
Oh yeah?
I guess I can just say I'm in Colorado, but yeah.
Well, it's obviously no secret as to where I'm from.
But
I'm in the land of the crazy freaking Mormons.
Yeah, let's not talk about Mormons. Look, they do their own thing, and I don't care. As long as they don't do anything too crazy.
Throw snickerdoodles at your face and
No, that's a snickerdoodle
do
list.
drive-bys in their frickin' Mavs, Mormon attack vans.
Those are snickerdoodle lists. Those are a different cult.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing. I don't know if you've ever gotten this, but like just randomly you'll be given like 20 credits or like 25 credits. Do you know anything about what's going on with that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I assume it's for like discovering or like getting an achievement or something. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I have never had that happen to me before.
Yeah, I don't know what it is because whenever I play this game, I do freaking crazy, insane tricks with this thing. So,
Maybe it's like a time thing. Like if you play it for a long time, you'll get like a credit
well,
shoot.
that's what I don't get because the only time I play is when you play. So,
It's just a cumulative thing. Like if you play this many minutes, you get this many credits. Congrats. And I'm like,
you gotten 20 or 25
I
credit things?
have once, and I assumed it was for leveling up. But then I leveled up again and didn't give me it, and I was like, okay, so
I
that's
think it might
odd.
have to do with, I don't know. I'd actually have to take a look in that, but what I'm assuming is something to do with doing tricks or acquiring a certain speed, run, or something. I don't know.
Into my session
Getting a
here.
certain amount of points. Kind of makes sense, but I don't know.
Yeah, I live in Colorado. Don't try to find me.
I love that's the first thing you say.
I will say this one thing though. Uh, I previously lived in a different part of Colorado. You still there, man?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my thing went out for a second. Yeah, I lived in a previous part of Colorado. Previously, I've lived in a different part of Colorado, quite a distance from where I used to live. Littleton.
Mm.
And if I'm pretty sure everybody knows, like, I can't say everybody knows, but big fans of the creatures know where the creatures, base at, in an office building in Littleton. I literally lived like 2 blocks away from that place, and I've actually like drove past it and like seen it, and it's definitely the same building. Uh, I don't I don't care to stalk anybody, so yeah. But where I live now, I want to keep a secret because like nobody wants to come to me and talk to me. And besides, it doesn't look all that great. Like the house needs some work, but uh, I don't live by myself. I live with my family. I'm not old enough to own my own house. Uh, nor do I have the cash to support that. Uh, so yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of hydroponics plays, by the way, if you're wondering. Ever
Lots
since
of what?
ever since the weed thing was passed in Colorado, it's literally just been full of weed.
Oh yeah.
Like nothing else. Like people just like migrated here for like that
For
one
the
reason.
fact, just so they can smoke weed.
Yeah.
I know this because my friend's sister, the same
Hmm.
thing.
Not a very good aspect to come to Colorado though. I mean, there's like so many other things you could do.
Yeah.
Like they got a taste of Denver. I haven't gone to that. My parents have though.
Mm.
Also, I do like living here because of the fact that I like people don't see cities beautiful like I do, but I see like I'm as like a point of tech like architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like I don't know a couple months ago I went to Denver like actual properly Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, good. It's like a really nice looking place. Like you can feel the authentic like city kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I kind of wanted to go over to Denver, especially for Super Bowl, but we didn't get to go this year, so
Oh yeah.
Denver
Yeah.
won, which is awesome.
Sorry, Panthers fans, but
Yeah, Denver all the way.
Denver.
Sorry. Actually, I more root for the Oakland Raiders than I do for Broncos, but because they went to the Super Bowl and they're my family's team,
Yeah,
to root for 'em.
you do realize that like if you came to Denver and your family like all right, let me share with you a bit of knowledge. Like Broncos and Raiders fans are like next to mortal enemies. Oops.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Kylo Ren without his mask. Oh, here's my karma. He tried to spawn on me. It's like, oh well, this is where I die. Yes. Yeah, but you like they're mortal enemies.
Yeah,
So keep that to a mac. Keep
yeah.
that to
My
yourself.
dad, literally, like basically, when I decided, Oakland Raiders, the main reason I decided to pretty much, I guess, say I'm a fan of the Oakland Raiders was due to the fact I was a little kid way back then, and Halloween was my favorite holiday when I was a kid.
Still my
It's
favorite.
free candy. I mean, who the fuck doesn't want free candy? So, pretty much, that was the big thing. And when I saw fans at an Oakland Raiders game, it looked like Halloween. Everyone with like skeleton masks, and they all looked like, I don't know, Raiders or whatever. It looked like Halloween in the crowd, pretty much. I'm like, holy shit, these guys are freaking cool. I like the Oakland Raiders because the crowd is awesome. And yeah, that was pretty much my reason for liking the Oakland Raiders. But now I don't know, I kind of like them because I like the colors of black and kind of silver or gray or whatever. And
I like the color orange.
yeah.
Which is why Tennessee was like my second for a while.
Mhm.
Because I also used to live in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about racism in Tennessee. It's a touchy subject, and I don't want to talk about it. But I'm just going to say that there are certain groups of people that are pretty racist in Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
That was probably one of my biggest like exposures to like this is what American culture sees of schools, and it most certainly is. There's a lot of bullying there.
Mm.
Like I thought it was like pretty like I don't know, maybe it's just because I was a big kid, but for some reason there's just like unnaturally large amounts of bullying. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't see it at the time, and then like later on I had like the seminars of like why you shouldn't bully and stuff, and I was like, that's bullying. Holy crap. But yeah, don't like that place. Don't like the schools there. I had a friend though, and he's still my friend on Facebook, but that doesn't really mean nothing. He's a cool kid.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's talk about consoles versus PC, since that's a
Oh
great
no,
subject.
why are you making me do this?
Consoles versus PC. I like both, to be
I like
honest.
them too. I have an Xbox One. I wanted to get a PS4. I kind of wish I did. Sorry, to anyone who owns an Xbox One. I like Xbox One because main reason Halo. I love Halo.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish I got a PS4 because most of my friends got PS4s. That's the reason why I kind of wish I did. I mean, I got a few friends who got Xbox Ones, but a lot more of my friends got PS4s, and I kind of wish I did too.
It just I haven't bought one yet, and like I've had chances to buy one because I used to get paid a lot more than I did now.
Yeah, didn't you used to work at like a movie theater or something?
I used to work in a movie theater, and I got a lot of money from that. like a
Yeah.
pretty good amount. But I don't know where I blew it off all at. I probably blew it off on Steam.
Yeah.
But it was a good, pretty big amount of money. But I never bought really any consoles. I think I like to believe it's probably just because I was interested in anyone, and I'm still not.
Mhm.
Mostly because of exclusives.
Yeah,
Like
that kind of pisses me off too.
as much.
I mean, it makes sense because if you look at it, I guess I don't know.
Like I buy games for their story,
Mm.
and I like a good, well-written tale that I can enjoy. Hence why I like BioShock, except for maybe the second one.
Except for maybe the second one.
That one wasn't really. That didn't really add neither like a ton of stuff.
Wasn't the second one where you played as a?
The Big Daddy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpha or whatever, Delta, something like that.
I never. I played the first, like, only part of the first Bioshock, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little weird though. A lot of the stuff went over my head because
I'm just
didn't
gonna
make.
say this now. Are you a fan of the author Ayn Rand?
No idea who that is. I'm so sorry.
It's alright. Like, alright, do you enjoy anti-communist literature? Or very philosophical literature? Very, like, criticism of government kind of stuff?
I don't know. I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but I wouldn't say I hate it either.
You might want to rethink your game choice, because Bioshock is very anti-government. Like,
Yeah, I know
it's
that.
got that, and it's got like an aspect of anti-governmentism in it that I love about Bioshock games. Um, Bioshock Infinite, I like. I just don't like people who talk about the game.
What do you mean?
I'll get to that later, but we were talking about why I haven't bought a console.
Yeah.
So, I hadn't bought a console because of exclusives. There's been a couple of exclusives that I've like end up seeing like pretty crappy reviews for, and I'm like, okay, probably should buy it for that. Nothing has really grabbed my attention. I guess I want to buy a Wii U, but now that I like do want to buy a Wii U, I don't have enough money for it.
I've
I'll-
actually looked into a Wii U. I owned a Wii.
I want it because Splatoon. Like,
Yeah, Splatoon. That looks
it's-
like a shit ton of fun. And I don't know. I haven't looked a lot into it, but Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
That's on computer. You can get that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, never mind then.
You just have to have an Origin account. So,
I
yeah.
had an Origin account.
Yeah,
and
this
then
guy
it
got his Origin account shut down.
removed somehow, and I talked to a lot of people about it, and they didn't help me for shit. And I only owned one game, and that was Titanfall, but
Titanfall's
I mean,
kind of.
I was angry for a little while, but I kind of just said, nah, fuck it, whatever.
Open up a new one. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
I know
might.
it's hell to open up new accounts, but why not? I mean, Garden Warfare. People say it wasn't a bad game.
Yeah, I hear it was actually a really fun game.
Maybe
and,
if we rope our friends into it, it might actually help us play it more.
yeah,
That's the big aspect about us is that like if we can get our friends into it, we try to get our friends into it. If we can't, then we just kind of like leave it alone. This is the only one game that we decided just to play like with each other because it's just fun
Yeah.
to mess around. I don't know what I'm doing right now, by the way. I've just been screwing around while thinking.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with me. I've just been skiing around for the hell of it.
So big exclusives. I was a big fan of the Infamous series. I heard the newest one, the Second Son, wasn't as good as the other ones. Plus, I kind of don't like the Delsin, the new character, so I just kind of left it alone. I don't know, maybe if someone can convince me otherwise, I'll buy it from that. but it's mostly Splatoon because I love Jet Set Radio, and I have tried my mightiest. I think I've actually signed the petition to get the Jet Set Radio Future on Steam eventually, or like for anything, please. Please! It's a good game. I want to see it come to fruition. I really liked it. I like the music, I like the characters, I like the graffiti aspect of it. It was a fun game.
Hmm.
And Splatoon pretty much does like it in like a squid person kind of fashion. And I
Yeah,
like
like
the
a
squid.
squid kid or whatever. And that's what.
Don't
that's
call it a
one-
squid kid.
a squ-
It makes me want to do the thing.
Just-
You're a squid now. You're a kid
Oh.
now. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. You're a
Okay,
squid.
okay,
You're a
okay,
kid.
I
You're a
get it, I get
squid.
it,
You're
I
a
get
kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. Not a squid. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a squid. You're a
Yeah,
kid.
that
You're a
was-
kid.
That
You're a
was one thing
squid.
I heard a lot of people made fun of because in the trailer was that
Yeah.
because of that just.
There's literally a video of that looping for like an hour. And I have listened to about 30 minutes of that.
Oh my god, I'd go insane.
Yeah. That's like, I think I kind of have. But
I just kind of like the whole aspect of pretty much shooting people up with paint, I guess, and just covering the map in your team's paint, and then basically just going around. And I don't know. I just kind of like the colorful aspect of it because it was so colorful, and that's a thing that tends to catch my eye a lot with a lot of games. Is if it's colorful, I most likely will probably buy it.
I might buy a console. If I was going to buy a console, I'd probably buy PS4.
Yeah.
Why? Not for exclusive reasons, actually, but this is why, and this is why I'm actually not. Why I'm holding on for a second. Destiny. I've heard it's a grindy game. I know, but
I actually own Destiny on the Xbox One, and I can tell you it is definitely very grindy. And I haven't played a lot of it because my friends basically were taking their sweet ass time to get their Xbox Ones and whatever, which I understand. But I played it till about like level 20 something or whatever. I didn't play too much of it. I guess that's close to max level when it came out. I think max level was 30 or whatever. But anyways, it's definitely a very grindy game. But what kept me playing it was the combat. The combat is so fun,
Oh yeah.
and it just, I don't know, it just feels right.
That's kind of why I want to buy it. There's also want to get it like on it. PS4 is because PS4 is. Look, Sony is my native. Everything. My native console. The first console I actually got was a PS1.
Mine was actually a PS2, and first game I got was Aliens vs. Predator Extinction, which was an RTS for Aliens vs. Predator, and I played the shit out of that game, and I still love it to this day.
First game I actually ever played, Spyro.
Spyro. I played Spyro 2. I can't remember which one it was. It was like the one where there's like two dragons or whatever. There's Spyro, and then there's some female dragon or whatever.
Actually, wait. Does native console mean like the first console you played or the first console you owned? If it's the first console I played, the first console I played on was a Genesis. A Sega Genesis. The first console I owned was a PS1. I played my first game was like legitimately like Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like the first game I remember playing. It's good, I guess, but it's been a while
I remember
since that.
I played on my first ever console I played on was, I can't remember what they called it, but it was like a Nintendo console, and it was a cube.
Oh, GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube. And that was like the first game I played on that was like some weird it was like some kind of where you're like in dinosaur robots or whatever, and you fight each other or something.
Sounds like
Oh, it's like some weird fighting arena, and you're like dinosaur robots or some shit.
sounds like Godzilla.
Well, no, it's not Godzilla. It was literally just dinosaur robots. Like there was a Velociraptor like kind of robot that like you'd push like a certain button, and like its special thing was pretty much it'd pull out blades out of the side of it, and you basically just run past people and kneecap them.
What?
Yeah, it was so freaking cool. Like you chose a pilot, and then you chose like a robot or whatever, like a dinosaur, like a Triceratops or some robotic T-Rex that like shot fire out of its face or some shit. It was fun.
Sounds so weird, but okay.
It was weird, but it was like probably the funnest game. So it was like the first time I ever really played a game on a console. Like the first ever time I was introduced to gaming, it was PC gaming.
Hmm.
My dad, and he was playing old Mech Warrior game. And then he had a friend, uh, who basically gave me his old computer, which was really freaking sick. It was like, it kind of had like a vampire-like face and like had two red lights that looked like eyes and shit. And I got so many games on that thing and freaking tore the shit out of it. And yeah, that was pretty much, I guess you could say, my first console if you want to count a PC as a console. But if you want to stay true to the whole console thing, it was a GameCube I first played, and the first one I owned was PlayStation 2.
Yeah. PlayStation, the reason why I wanted to stick with PlayStation is not like any tech-wise, it's just first time I ever picked up an Xbox controller, immediately it felt bulky to me. Just kind
Yeah.
of felt like too much
The original
to handle.
Xbox controllers were really weird, and then Xbox 360, personally, I think kind of got better.
I
And
still
then
find
Xbox
them
One
pretty
controllers, I don't know, I kind of like them too. But PlayStation controllers, I don't know. I guess it's because I played Xbox for a very long time. The last time I played my PlayStation 2 was like when I was 10, maybe 9. So I played my Xbox for a good 5 years until I finally got a new PC. And yeah, I played Xbox and I got used to their controllers. And then finally I bought a controller for my PC, and it's a Logitech sort of PlayStation style kind of controller.
Mm.
Whatever. And I don't know. I guess I just don't like the sticks right next to each other. It kind of feels weird to me.
Yeah, so having like one up in the corner and one down below.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. I guess it's just because I'm used to it because I just played Xbox for so long, but it kind of feels
Yeah.
awkward to me.
It's a big thing, really. It's like changing like controllers.
You'd
It's
think
like,
it'd be such like a little difference that it doesn't matter, but it's... I don't know. It's something weird that it's kind of like...
if you have like an Xbox controller for a long time, you can pick up like a PS controller. It's like, oh my gosh, it feels so thin and flimsy. I feel like I could break this. And it's like, and if you're like a PS4, if you're like a PS player, then you pick up like an Xbox controller. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so huge and bulky. I feel like I can break someone's jaw with this. Probably not very far from the truth, but yeah. I've actually like crushed PS controllers in my bare hands before
Oh,
out
Jesus.
of pure rage. Thanks, Jammer Lammy, for the freaking PS. Shh, just don't like him. Jammer Lammy is a very hard game, okay? It's not fun sometimes.
Judging you. I beat the shit out of my controllers when I was a little kid. I broke like 2
Alright.
PlayStation controllers.
When you're young and you play games like religiously almost, because like when you get older you kind of like, unless you do it for like a job or something or whatever, it's just kind of like a thing that you do on the side, like kind of we do. Well, actually that's a lie. We play games pretty religiously, but
Almost to an unhealthy amount, but
I get my exercise. Shut up.
so do I, kind of. I mean, sometimes.
You
Go
gotta
downstairs
get that
and-
brain exercise, dude. You know, gamers have that more thicker brain matter, I think is what it was.
Oh,
Better reaction time.
Yeah, better reaction time. That's what it was. I saw that on the news or something. I'm like, ah, gamers are cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Undertale. I'm pretty sure if I didn't play games like all my life, I could never beat Sans' fight on Undertale.
Yeah, Undertale. That game. I don't know.
Intimidating and inviting at the same time.
I think my only problem with the game is I don't.
Care
don't
for games that screw with your mind.
No, I don't know. This is gonna sound really stupid.
You're talking
but I
about
guess it's
Destiny,
probably
and we just
because
went
it's
off on a
kind of like
tangent.
one of those pixely kind of RPG games. Probably one of the main reasons I don't have it. I understand it has a good story and it can be a lot of fun. But I don't know. There's just something about it that just kind of turns me off from wanting
Just
to buy it.
A lot of people played it before, and
Mhm.
probably that's it. Another thing I want to add about the entire reason why I was going to say like I'm not going to buy it for Destiny. There's been rumors that Destiny's going to come out on PC. I'm waiting for that aspect.
I really hope so.
Because that means more of my friends could play, and we don't have to buy consoles. So you
Be
you keep
nice.
doing your PC Master Race, and I forgot that I shouldn't probably use that term.
Whatever. It doesn't really matter.
I found that like there's always a downside to each thing, even if it's PC. Like
PC,
consoles
once you
are
get something, like if you get like a new graphics card or whatever, once it's shipped to you and you've installed it, something better's already come out for it.
yes, but that's also the same with consoles, so that's neither here nor there. But what it's like consoles are always like pre-crafted for optimal gaming, and every game is usually optimized for that console. So it has like the good frame rate and everything. The thing about PCs is that like they're next to unpredictable.
Yeah.
You could install a thing and it could crash like immediately because it's not optimized well. So yeah, go figure, I guess, on that one. But so every console and like gaming device has its downsides. So we were talking about. So I've already finished up the thing on Destiny and why I don't want to buy it yet.
We were on consoles versus PC or consoles versus and
I erased that
shit.
topic because we already pretty much covered consoles. What was this? Let's talk about Undertale.
Yeah.
I like Undertale. It's great.
It's great.
people don't share my aspects, obviously. So I found it really well. I found it a little heartwarming. I can't say I cried to it because I rarely cry for a lot of things. Like the last thing that made me actually
Heartless bastard.
the last thing that actually made me cry was Disney's Inside Out. I don't know why. It just did. It was a happy ending, so cool. I don't know, maybe because I related to it somewhat. I was that kind of kid when I was younger, just like super angsty. Probably kind of still am. Still a teenager, after all, so. But I used to be really angsty and just like, what's the point of this if I can't have that kind of thing? But that's out the window now. And I just kind of super chill. Yeah, other than that,
How long have we been doing this?
good question. I have no idea.
Probably should have set a timer, maybe.
We should have.
I'd say we've probably been doing this for about.
We've done
40,
this for
50 minutes.
almost an hour now.
Yeah.
I think an hour is a good place to stop it, but
Yeah, I think we
So-
got like 10 to 5 more minutes or something.
we got one more minute. It's literally almost gonna be an hour.
Oh, all right. Well, damn.
Like when I
You wanna
check,
do-
I check my watch and like if I look at the beginning of it, if you remember that, everybody watching. I checked it at the beginning and it said like it
Are
said
you
11:55.
using a webcam, by the way?
I'm not. I have a webcam and plugged in, but I don't use it. Probably not gonna
Yeah.
use it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So let's just go through one more topic, I guess, and then we'll go off.
Alright.
What's your favorite color?
I'd have to say purple.
Oh, mine is kind of orange, green maybe.
Kind of orange.
I like orange because it's orange, and
Is this
I
gonna
pref-
be a topic here on color?
yeah. I think every topic at the end should just be something sort of stupid.
Sure, why not? Let's do
My
that.
favorite color is orange. Yeah.
Alright, cool. We're gonna
Wow.
cut up off here.
Well, this has been episode 1, possibly.
One of Pod
Here's the whole
Jesse
thing.
Carter dudes play
Yeah,
games talk
Jesse
'cause we're
Carter.
weird and we want to do this because we're weird.
Yeah. Good. Maybe we'll play Snow next time. Who knows? I might actually
I'd actually like to do
pick up
if I
something
can
else.
figure out how download Ultimate Apocalypse. And
Uh,
we should do that too, and we could play some Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse.
I was actually thinking about Dawn of War when we said we were gonna play games together. I was like,
Mm.
just be reminded that every game is probably not gonna be us playing together. We might just be talking over 2 different games, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's just how it's gonna be. And
Probably
we're-
gonna work on some Metal Gear Solid soon here. So, all right. Well, I will see y'all later.
Bye. That's a lot like PewDiePie. Probably shouldn't do that. Bye.
Bye.